Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday. How's everyone doing today? Guys, Bitcoin's sitting at $119,000. And retail is still nowhere to be found. Has your mom called you and asked you how to buy yet? Do your coworkers respect you yet? Has your wife's boyfriend allowed you to use the car yet? When was the last time you were allowed to play your PlayStation? Our time has come. We're about to be allowed back in the house. So smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new. And join the Discord, link below. Maybe even buy some merch. I don't know. Totally up to you. Not financial advice. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday. And it is indeed a very, very happy Sunday. I am thoroughly excited for this lovely Sunday. Because Bitcoin is $119,289.09. Which is exactly what I thought it was going to be at 4:35 p.m. on this Sunday. Eastern Standard Time, specifically. My top estimate is still intact. I don't know if I believe that that's going to be the top anymore. I think that this is the goofiest top estimate in existence, but I'm sticking to it, and I will fully embrace the humiliation that ensues afterwards. Hopefully, it leads to some good marketing. What are you guys up to, man? I'm super stoked. I had to run to the store, and Bitcoin was like right here. It just did this, and I was like, shoot, I gotta get home. And I got home, and it started doing it again. So I decided to hop on. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Fahid said first. Dixie said, happy Sunday, JJ. Hi, David. Fahid, who the heck is David? Fahid said, yo, Dixie. Gourmet Brands Brooklyn said, yo. And Giovanni said, what up, JJ? I'm with family and just came to drop a like. Appreciate that, Giovanni. Tell your family I said hi, and tell them you demand more respect. Because Bitcoin is at $120,000 right now, and you've earned it. He probably just got the evil eye from the wife or something. She's like, what? What if I said on early today? I am on early today, on extra early today. Bitcoin is smashing checks and cashing wrecks. Currently overbought on the 4-hour time frame. We broke out of our pretty little range just Sunday afternoon, just like I thought we would. Gourmet Brands Brooklyn said, when did you put that 120k estimate in? Oh, it was a while ago. It was a long time ago. It was definitely during a bearish time. What if I said David is Fahid's name on birth certificate? Is it really? Wouldn't that be trippy? What if his name was like Bob? Something like really John Smith. Fahid's actual name is just John Smith. The guy from Pocahontas. Let's see. All right, zoom in a little bit. We got some pretty hefty liquidations here. 119,710. Up above, 119,710. Cool, cool, cool. And then the high point, I'm going to go all the way up here, 121,627. How many people think, oh my gosh, that's way up there. How many people think we are actually going to top out soon? Does anybody think we're going to top out soon? 118,053. I found this guy. I was listening to this YouTube video when I was driving home from the store. I guess I'll go all the way down too, right? I'm not going to bother with that 5 mil. 115,526. Ooh, those are some big ranges. Wow. Gourmet Brands Brooklyn said probably around the same time you put the 8K for ETH. Maybe. That's very possible. That's very possible. The 8K for ETH actually seems reasonable, though. The 120K for Bitcoin seems way too early and way too shallow. Like that seems, I feel kind of dumb with it on the chart now. And usually I embrace that kind of stuff because I think it's funny. I'm I enjoy self-deprecating humor, but that's a little too far. 120k Bitcoin is a little too far for me. Seems a little too real. That's a little too I don't even know the word, masochistic. We got some crazy alts popping off right now. HBAR is up 22% for some reason. I don't know. They cured cancer or something. Was that HBAR before? HBAR was the one that was curing cancer and stuff, wasn't it? Or was it Ondo? Was it HBAR? I thought it was HBAR. I don't remember. Who knows, man? Who knows? Kevin O'Leary's working his magic. His grubby little fingers. You know, Mark Cuban has like multi-billions of dollars, and Kevin O'Leary's like, he has like some small amount. Let me see. Hold on. I remember looking this up and it blew my mind. Kevin O'Leary's net worth is 400 million. And Mark Cuban's net worth is 5.7 billion. How can you sit next to somebody like that on Shark Tank and like act like you're, you know, the bee's knees? I don't know, man. When I got money like that, somebody else has that much more money than me. I guess you're on the same level once you reach over like 100 million, I suppose. Jay Shear said, "Happy Sunday, family." What's going on, Jay Shear? Gourmet Brands Booklet said, or was it 6? No, I think it was 8K for ETH. Because 8's my favorite number. I started with 6, and then I decided on 8. I put it at 8, and then I zoomed up, or whatever, scrolled up, and there was already something there for 8, and I was like, whoa. All right, we're getting sidetracked. Bitcoin up 1.45% on the day. Looking good. Struggling, I guess if you can even call it that, around 120K. It's just shredding, man. There's some wicks to the upside, so there are some people selling. Bitcoin dominance, which is a big deal for me, because I'm alt heavy, as I assume most of you are as well, because you guys stick around after the Bitcoin charts. 64.48%. I think once we lose 64, it's going to be a big one. Looked like it was going to set up an inverse head and shoulders here, but that right shoulder is getting pretty deep. We might lose that possibility. But the neckline is still there, so it's always going to be, I guess, a concept that could happen until this continues to break down some more. So we do need that to fall in order for me to feel a little more comfortable with alt season. But right now we're looking good. RSI is chilling, 64.47. ETH up 1.76% on the day, currently trading at 29.9512, right below 3K. Got some sell wicks, but it is what it is. ETH looks good. It's sitting above our 2023 trend line, which is huge. Looks like we got a nice retest, confirmation, continuation. Ready to go, man. Well, let's see if we hit 31.75 by the end of July. Maybe there was a 1 month delay for Sayer Smith, whoever that was. I still don't remember who that was. Was that somebody? That must have been somebody on Twitter or something. Sol is up 1.43% on the day, currently trading at 163. Got a nice little pullback, kind of a BART actually. Did kind of a BART action for this pullback to bounce off of 158.25, which is our upper trend line, which is the upper trend line that was resistance before that inverse head and shoulders busted us above that and then set new all-time highs. The Heat said, when Fartcoin $3. I still have to talk to the mayor, my local mayor, and figure out how much of his portfolio is currently delegated to Fartcoin. Total 3, up 2.62% on the day. For Sol, I don't know, man. I'd like to see Sol get above 166, 168. Let's call it 167. Let's go with the median, 167. Yeah, I want to see Sol get above 167 to be extra excited. Total 3, 944.76 billion. Looking good. Looks like we kind of bull flagged, maybe. Is that even what that was? Yeah. And then we broke out and continued. This bull flag also kind of retested our $910 billion line. We zoom in right here a little bit. See, we had 910 right here. We broke above it, retested, continued, support, 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 and then bam. So that was kind of the baseline for this flag. Interesting. You gotta love it when the bullish. I don't know if I've seen like bull flags look this good in forever. I feel like I genuinely have not experienced this since the last bull market. Do you count the wicks? I assume you count the wicks in the flags. Yeah, that looks right. Because then you got your breakout right here and your kind of retest continuation. Okay. So I like that. 944, 54, 65, continuing to increase. 1 trillion is going to be that important line. Make sure you guys smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for joining. Happy Sunday. Excited for this pump, man. Come on, Bitcoin. 120K live on stream. That would be sick. Give me something. But yeah, total 3 looks good. Up 2.59% on the day. Looking good. 944. ADA's up 5.21%. Looks like we got some resistance at 74.75. If we can get above that and continue trading the upside, that would be sick. We did have a confirmed red dot right here, which may have played out with this little baby downturn, that little dump for ants. We also have the same wicks that ETH has, but on a smaller scale. We had a wick right here. Let's see if we can blast through that, man. We got some sellers that we got to fight, but we're on the right track. We are on the right track. SNEK is up 14.28%. Another sell wick on SNEK specifically. 35 is going to be the next line that we struggle with, but we're above 30 right now, which is awesome. We got a little hesitation right there. Break above. Another hesitation. Let's see if we can continue from here. Volume uptick, just like back here on that little downturn. People start to sell. RSI is right like teetering on overbought. So it's going to depend where we close, obviously. But this next candle closes at the daily close. And I'm on the 1 hour time frame this whole time? What the heck? This next candle is going to be at the daily close. Okay, so that 4 hour is a pretty hefty sell. Let's go through back here real quick. Oh yeah, Bitcoin on the 4 hour looks so much better. ETH looks okay, maybe indecisive. Sol looks great. Total 3 looks amazing. ADA looks amazing. SNEK. I could do with a green candle here. Unless we get another small red and then a recovery. Jim Derringer said, smells dumpy out here. Oh yeah. I feel like you're looking at the wrong charts, Jim. XRP's up 4.22% on the day. Grinding up slowly but surely. We got this weird, I don't even know, what do you call it? That was like a fake out to the downside and then a bust to the upside. Which is what flags normally, I don't know, maybe not flags specifically, but wedges usually do the fake out to the downside. But it could also just have been a flag. You know, anything's possible. I just kind of, I thoroughly enjoy the idea of somebody drawing it like this and then shorting and getting wrecked. Not that I want people to lose money, but people that short are betting that other people are going to lose money, so it's funny when they lose money. You know what I mean? XRP looks awesome. Next stop, $3. See if we can get there. If we get a rejection, look for maybe a liquidity pullback to like 285, 290, and then a bounce off of that. Otherwise, 275 should be a relatively strong support. But we've only been here a handful of times, so relatively strong up here is not very strong. I guess we got this pullback right here that bounced. But even back here, you know, you got to go back to like 2018, 2015? Maybe not that bad. Maybe not that far. I think 2018 when it hit this last time. That's crazy that it's up here again. I wonder what the circulating supply was back then. HBAR. HBAR is up 21.33% on the day. HBAR, for some reason, absolutely shredding like a madman. I don't even know what to say to this. I want to see it get above 26.5 back into our cute little range up there. But we were grinding up this purple trend line. We busted through some resistance. We absolutely clowned through 17, 18. We're sitting above 20. We're at 23 right now. So we danced around here for a minute, rejected, broke above 22. And we're kind of projecting 25 right now. Let's see if we can break above that next. 21%. This 21% right here, that is bull market territory for me. When alts start putting in like crazy double-digit days every single day for like a week straight, that's how you know stuff is like heating up. Now, I do have this chart that we referenced the other day. And can I zoom in on this? Yeah. So according to this, today is the 13th. The 13th, 12th, and 13th is going to be green. 14, 15 is going to be volatile. 16, 17 is going to be green. 18 volatile. 19, 20 bearish. 21, 22 neutral. 23 through 26 bullish. 27 neutral. 28, 29 bearish. 30 volatile, and 31 neutral. So we got to make it to the 26th, it looks like, and then we'll be rewarded heavily depending on how much we lose on the 19th and 20th. And this is all based on astrology, which was given to this gentleman by ChatGPT, so take it with a grain of salt, obviously. Dixie said Leon Cardano had a nice launch. I was there. I don't know about the launch. I was in the space though for a little bit. That was fun. You were there too, Dixie. We were both there. Let's see. HBAR 2122. Looking good. Yeah. We'll see if tomorrow... What does that chart say again? Tomorrow and the next day are supposed to be 14, 15. Volatile. So. And then 16, 17 are going to be bullish. So. We shall see. We shall see. But yeah, HBAR shredding. Let's see if we can get above 26 next. SWE is up 2.51% on the day, currently sitting in between 342 and 353. If we break above 353, then 370 is in the cards. 353 seems to be strong resistance right now. It's a very uniform grind up. Volume's kind of lackluster. Our size not quite overbought yet, and our momentum wave has just begun rising. Tyler said, JJ, oops again? What did I do? What did you do? What did you do, Tyler? What do you mean, JJ, oops again? What have you done? Oh, oh. What's happening? Okay, hang on. Jim said CME tape close at 117.9. Let's see. CME tape. But yeah, SWE looks good, grinding up. It's got a little bit of weakness here. You know, the candle bodies are getting smaller, the wicks are getting larger, and they're all facing the upside, which means people are selling. So maybe we got to simmer down a little bit. Don't get a little too excited. We can't get too bullish in this environment quite yet. We're not at that point just yet. Ondo's up 3.67% on the day, currently trading at 90.61. The fact that it's sitting above 90 is very exciting. This also has the small candle bodies and the wicks to the upside, signaling some sell pressure, but that's not the end of the world. We are trading on the exact trajectory that we've been looking for. We also have a trend line, a purple trend line that we might just be following. So we'll see if we get a pullback to that. As of right now, we do got kind of a banana curve going on. So let's see if that ends up being what happens. That would be kind of crazy. Something to keep an eye on. 90.69, nice. Yeah, we're above 90. That's kind of all I'm looking for. 95.35 next stop would be sweet. See if we can get there. 3.67 in the green, looking good. What we don't want to see is we don't want to see double top action. If we do, then the pullback needs to be smaller. Mr. Robert said, JJ, what the heck y'all doing here so early? We got a pumpy Bitcoin, man. Couldn't leave you guys hanging. Tyler said, so I started with 2 good trades, but my current isn't Discord. What do we have? What have you done? 2 good trades. Okay, C and SWE look great. And then C, what the heck happened? What on earth is going on? They're kind of connected. I don't know why you would pick both of them. That's a little... You forced to trade? Guys, Tyler's our resident guinea pig. And it's really not... It's kind of like having a lab rat that like decides the experiments for you. So and you just document it. Like the lab rat has complete entire free will. And it's like, I'm going to do these crazy things. And you're documenting it and you write your findings. You're like, today the rat ate so much cheese that it got diabetes and we had to cut its leg off. Is that too morbid? I'm sorry. That one maybe was a little too morbid. But you get the point. Tyler is eating way too much cheese. It's becoming a problem. The lesson here is don't force trades. SWE looked great. SWE looks like it still might be great. What happened with SWE? Did you hit? You hit a stop loss? I think you told me you hit a stop loss, didn't you? Or was that on something else? Look at C and see if I will be okay. Look at C and see if I will be okay. Jim said CME futures already went up 119.450 on Friday. We just tapped that area. CME chart is different. That's fine. I'm looking for 120, man. That's what I'm looking for. I'm supposed to look at the C chart to see what we can see. SEI/USDT. Okay. Your entry, Tyler's entry, for anyone that's interested, was at 33.20. $33.20. Okay. So what'd you do? Did you enter in this wick? I guess right here. See, once you get into this chop, though, it's so hard to decide what to do. That's usually that indecisiveness. Like this big, fat, solid chunk of candle bodies is so untradeable to me. I want to see some separation, you know what I mean? See, it looks like a flag, but it also looks like a chop, like it's gonna chop down. I'm gonna try to see. You could be in a descending channel, or you could be in, I guess, a flag that broke bearish, but it's going up again. That doesn't really make any sense. And it's kind of gonna reject at the upper trend line. See, you got buys right here with this candle body, and you got sells right here with this candle. Not a candle body, I'm sorry, with this wick. And the candle bodies are signaling indecisiveness. Same with these two even. Volume has dropped off. RSI is not overbought. I think my problem with C is that it doesn't do anything for the longest time, and then it finally does something. Look at that, though. Inverse head and shoulders textbook. And it has broken bullish, retested, and is now continuing to the upside. Oh my gosh, the blue line was our target. The blue line was our target. I just noticed that. This was our target right here at like 35, and it hit that. Uh-oh. I don't know what to say now. The target has been hit. I've been wrong in the past, though. I like to be frugal with my targets and stuff. So it could go up. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I have no idea. It might blast the past and blast some ass. I have no clue. Let's see. Jim said RSI should save Tyler as long as moving average carries RSI action. Tyler said fat chunk. It hit stop loss. That was that one I got good returns on. I was pissed. I had stop loss, so I put back in. Oh, yeah. I've been quietly trading. My $110 stagnation has officially ceased, and I'm currently sitting at $135. So our $50 has become $135, which is very exciting. I guess the curse with that is knowing like, oh, if I would have had $500, I would have $1,350. You know what I mean? So, but you gotta live with it. You know, you can't pick and choose. Just be happy with what you got. Except for you, Tyler. Ando. No, I'm sorry. I'm still on C. It looks like it's about to break through this upper trend line, so we'll see what happens. Obviously, no pun intended. You got a lot of wicks to the upside above this trend line. That's gonna be your main observation. That 33.20 is your entry. Yeah. Yeah, you might get to break even. I don't think you're that bad off. I will say, though, you are in trouble because 10x leverage is a lot. I'm just saying. Shame on you. But also not financial advice. Aerodrome. Was I on Aero? Oh, I think I was on Auto. Yeah, Ondo sitting above 90 looks good. 95.35. We'll see if we hit that next. Aerodrome up 8.42% on the day, absolutely shredding to the upside. I suspect everything's going to look like this soon. We got this flag, broke bullish, another flag, tried to be bearish for a second, just retested and then continued to the upside. Looks great. We do have bearish divergence though. And again, this is all going to depend because this candle could very easily go up and make that irrelevant. But at the moment, we have bearish divergence if this decides to go down from here. So keep an eye on that. Momentum wave is overbought. Tyler said, you did. Yo, did you look at Pinlink today? Yeah, it's coming up next. Does Tyler even watch the streams? What the hell, man? Cheers, guys. Oh, one of my coasters stuck to my drink. Cheers. Happy Sunday. Delicious. I was gonna have wontons, but then I opted for Special K for some reason, and now I really want something that isn't like candy, because cereal is just like candy for adults. It's delicious, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, a little too much. Arrow 83.7, looking good. Little projection at 86. We got a break above our previous support turn resistance line. Found support, beautiful. Broke above 76. Found support, beautiful. And now it's trying to break above 86. After that, next stop 96. And we continue. Tyler said that was more of an exciting. Did you look at Pinlink today? What are you hitting on me? Pinlink is up 19.08% on the day. What did I say? We got our 3 hits. We did not quite go down to my bearish target of 35, which is great. Inverse head and shoulder, playing out beautifully. Technically, there's no neckline, so it's just 3 hits to the downside. We got a little fake out rejection around 60, and then use that momentum pullback to 50 to just slingshot right above it. We're currently sitting at 70 right now. If you would have bought the bottom right here, you would have made 75% already. Dang. So yeah, Pinlink looks amazing. Next step, hopefully $1, man. 75 is going to be a big point of contention for psychological reasons, and then $1. Whoops, what the hell? Yeah, 90 is probably going to be a big one. But I mean, she blasted right through 65, so who knows? Like I said, this was your accumulation zone down here. Honestly, even this, anything below $1 is kind of accumulation. But we'll see. See where she goes. Pretty big win, though. Render up 5.99% on the day. Currently trading at 381.32. Sitting above 374. Render's been an interesting chart. We had this ascending channel. And we danced around in it for a little while. Upper and lower resistance and support. Bounced off of the bottom for the last time right here after like a midpoint rejection. Broke through that midpoint. Used it as support to springboard above the upper trend line. And then we got a little projection around like 90, 390, 380. Bounced off of our 350 level, which happened to perfectly coincide with our upper trend line. And now we're heading towards $4 again. Beautiful, beautiful structure. Volume looks good. RSI looks good. Momentum wave looks good. Everything looks good. Jim said, I got some Pinlink at 41 cents just because we always talk about it. Alex Becker really likes Pinlink. So it's probably going to do well because he's smart and he has a lot of money. 381 for render. Looking good. $4. Hopefully next stop. Polkadot up 3.68% on the day. Currently trading at 4.034, which is right above 4.019. 421 should be the next stop if we can continue to the upside. I don't want any of these to end up being little double top patterns, little M's on all of these altcoins because they look like they could set that up. And that is not what we want. So, that being said, the RSI is about to cross bullish over its moving average, which is good. And the momentum wave is just starting to heat up. which is also good. Question is, can Polkadot capture enough market share to continue to the upside? It does have kind of one of these goofy little patterns going on. So if we break above $4, like with conviction, it could send. It might even literally just mirror exactly what it did back here. Wouldn't that be crazy? Everyone would freak out if this happened. I kind of don't hate it. It's got a little inverse head and shoulder action going on, because that would set up a larger. Not that there would be a good neckline. I mean, technically, yeah, it would be 421 actually. That could happen. That'd be kind of crazy. Mr. Robert said, I just picked up dog shit in the yard in perp. I'm assuming prep for mowing, and Enende old turds still have the heat of a fresh bomb. LOL. It's hot as hell here. I used to pick up, we had horses for some crazy reason. My dad bought horses. We were not equipped for horses at all. He built a lean-to on the back of the garage. He fenced in the entire yard, except for the driveway. Like, both sides of the driveway and the entire back, like, they were fenced in, dude. And I was in charge of picking up their poop. So I would invite my friends over sometimes, and we'd pick up the poop together, and we had these, like, special, it was almost like a pitchfork, but it was like a giant, think of a giant dog poop scoop, but for a horse. And the horse poop was like just dry, like straw, little balls of poop. And me and my buddy one time, we just, like, we were tossing it into the thing, and we like kept almost hitting each other with it, and then we just got into a fight. We were running across the yard with these shovels of horse poop, just launching it at each other. I remember that, dude. That was so stupid. You ever launch poop at your buddy? Like a shovel full of poop at your friend for like an hour? That was fun. Fun shit. Pun intended. Tyler said, Jim, that's a big win there. Wait until you see JJ compare it to 1 billion market cap. Big gains coming soon. Jim said, I've seen a lot of seasoned analysts say the cycle ends in October. I think a lot of people are going to be surprised by what happens Q3, Q4 into Q1 2026. Yeah, I think that comes from this seasonal thing, the seasonal chart. I honestly, the cycle ending in October seems crazy. Because I think every single year, December, we get a huge Santa rally. So saying the cycle ends in October is kind of dumb, in my opinion. But who knows? I'm not a seasoned expert, so I've only been here for like 5 years. Fartcoin. Fartcoin looking good, actually. Nice recovery. Currently up 3.77%. Currently trading at 129.14. Fartcoin got a little fake out to the downside. Found support around 105, 107. Use that to get above 114. Little rejection for a quick second at the lower trend line. Got right back above. Hit our upper trend line. Rejected around 139. Rejected our upper trend line. Found quick inconsequential support at 128. Broke below that. Little fake out below our trend line. Found support right around like 120. Broke back above. Rode that support to break above 128 now. We're retesting that as we speak. If we can hold that and use that as a springboard to get above 139, that would be great. And then see how far we got to go. Let's see, what would that be? Right now, it actually almost perfectly lines up with our purple trend line, so we'll see. We will see. Butterfly said, now I understand the mayo on pizza you enjoy. It's so good. You really got to try the BLT pizza, Waterfly. Jim said, Supercycle seems likely. Retail's still not here. Exactly. Jay Shear said, thanks for the JJ lore. Somebody write that down. Tyler said November, December. Mr. Robert said, JJ, with the horses in your youth, you grew up rich, man. I don't think I did. We had a beautiful home. We had a Cape Cod. I was never like aware if we struggled for money, which I think is the way to do it, honestly. But our power never got shut off. Like any of that stuff, none of that stuff ever happened. And I always went on my way to make sure that never happened to me and my family. even when we were like completely broke at our last apartment when I first got my current job like 14 years ago. But I don't know if my dad purchased the horses or if he was being paid to house them. We had this, my dad's like old college professor, Mr. Burgess, super cool dude, had a farm, and I think the two horses were lame and they were going to put them down or something. I don't remember. There's some charity thing in there where my dad just took the horses in. And I think we had them when my dad passed away. And I think that Mr. Burgess came and took them, and then we just kind of never got them back. So we kind of gave them back to Mr. Burgess. I don't know. It was weird. I completely forgot about it, to be completely honest. But it was a fun time. The horses. I remember the one bucked my sister because she was stupid when she was cleaning it, like cleaning around it, and she was standing behind it, and then it like knocked the wind out of her. Everyone was freaking out. That was like the biggest deal in the world. I'm like, I got the wind knocked out of me all the time. I rode my bicycle into a ditch one time, and my handlebars went straight into my diaphragm. Nobody came running after me. I thought I was dead. I was like laying on the ground with my bike on my back. I was like, it was like the first time I ever had the wind knocked out of me. It freaked me out so bad. I was like, what did I just do? Jim said most of the Bitcoin-backed debt pushing the market matures in 2028, so I'm not worried until then, honestly. I like that. I wonder how that goes with the chart. Hold on, let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Ah, I found it. Sweet. Periods when to make money. Open image in new tab. Sweet. 2028 is not on here. 2026 is the year when you're supposed to sell. And then after that, we go to 2032, which is the year of hard times and shit prices, basically. So that kind of lines up with that 2028. It's right in between there when stuff probably starts to melt, honestly. Then 2035 is when people panic. Interesting. Okay. Then 2039, we're all gonna... Nope. 2034 is when things are good. And then 2035 is when the panic happens. This chart's really hard to read. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted. Fartcoin looks good for now. We'll see if she can hold above 128. If not, then probably going to close right around 126 and bearish engulf that. Cass. Jay Shear said, tell us you came for money without saying you came for money. Cass is up 3.5%. Currently trading at 0.086. We got a rejection at 9. Support at 8. And we're sitting right in the middle right now. I'm wondering. Rejection. Rejection. Kind of support, rejection. Support. Rejection. Maybe support? That's what I'm thinking. Because of this previous area right here. So we got our bearish cross on the RSI for the moving average, and we're getting a bullish one right now, but it seems to be struggling if we zoom in right here. Oops. Yeah, it might cross bearish again. We'll have to wait and see. Avalanche. Avalanche up 3.58% on the day, currently trading at 2143. We're right above our, or right at our midpoint, really. 2142. We got a break, support, resistance, break above again. I don't see it going down to 2078, but who knows? We might find this midpoint support right here where we're at. Use that to springboard, maybe a rejection, and then we'll pull back and then break. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Avalanche is kind of an anomaly right now, and it usually charts really good. We had this ascending channel. We broke above resistance at 1920 or 1982. Broke above that. Broke above 2078. Kind of chopped down. This is almost a flag right here, looks like, and then it broke bullish. So yeah, maybe if that is a flag, let me be frugal with it. My target is 23. I'll call it 2320. I like that target. Mr. Robbers said, Jim, I'm on the fence if I keep most of my Bitcoin till next year or sell most this year. I'm sticking with my plan though and taking more profit at 123K. Jim said I bought most of my Bitcoin in 2022. I bought again in April when we went below 80K. 2022 was also the last time that the decentralized addresses owned more Bitcoin than centralized addresses. Interesting. I did not know that. All right. Avalanche 2142. I want to say Avalanche get above 22, honestly. We'll see where it takes us, though, if that is a flag or not. Chainlink up 4.43%, currently trading at 1578. Having a little trouble getting above 1583, which we had trouble back here already as well. Bearish engulfing, broke below 1524, did a little midpoint liquidity pullback between 1441 and 1524. Broke above 1524, and we're struggling at 1583 right now. That's what I want to see. I want to see a break or a rejection. If we get a rejection, we should get support at 1524. Otherwise, it's going to get super sketch. What if I said never sell your Bitcoin? Jim said, I mean, I'll sell when it makes sense to. Mr. Robert said, I'm similar, bought most in 2023 and went in hard on the 80 dip. My favorite quote is the one from Saylor yesterday when he said Bitcoin is the exit strategy. I love that quote. I really do. It goes along with Satoshi's wish, Satoshi's vision of Bitcoin being the only like real true hard money. I don't know. I thought it was kind of badass. Badass quote, honestly. Let's see, Bitcoin 118,894. Are we gonna see 120K today? That is what I want to know. We just finished Chainlink, I think, didn't we? Yeah. I really want to see Chainlink get above 1583. That's going to be a big point of contention for me. Doge is up 1.35% on the day. Volume is pretty consistent. We got above 1784. Rejected at 18.7, 18.6. Got a support at 1780. Broke above 18.6. A little bit of resistance at 20, broke above it, support, broke below, midpoint liquidity pullback, and we're using that to break above again. Next stop, 2165. Jim said when Saylor starts buying like crazy, that's usually a toppy area. It's when MicroStrategy is trading a hard premium to Bitcoin, most profit for his company. Interesting. I think he just signaled that he was going to buy again. Polygon Matic pull up 3.23% on the day. This had a ascending channel. Broke above 1997. Rejected 20. Support 1997. Broke above 20. Support. And break above 22. Break above 22.9. Rejection at 23.8. Support 22.9. Midpoint rejection. Broke below midpoint liquidity. Broke above. And we're currently sitting at 23.35, right in between 22.92 and 23.86. So, in order to remain bullish, I'm going to get above 23.86 and continue to the upside. Is this a flag? Possibly. I'm not a big fan of these sideways chop things, though. But the last couple of times we had them, we broke incredibly bullish out of them, so I guess I can't be too complaining at this very moment. RSI is chilling, and so is the momentum wave. We did have a red dot back here that seems to have played out already with a big fat bearish engulfing candle. NEAR is up 3.18% on the day, currently trading at 256. And I don't know, NEAR has a similar story to everything else. We broke above 221, used it as support, broke above 234, used it as support, broke above 251. Support, broke below midpoint liquidity pullback, broke above 251. We're currently sitting at 256. Next stop should be 269 if we're going to remain bullish. Chili's up 2.86%. Chili's is actually sitting above its purple trend line, which goes back pretty far from what I remember. Goes back to September 2023. So legacy trend line on Chili's that is currently sitting above it. It was a kind of a nightmare when it got below it. but it's sitting above it right now, which is good. What we don't want to see is exactly what happened back here. This little fun time, break above for a hot second, and then break back below. We got a fun time, break above for a hot second, and then break back below. We don't want that to happen. We want to break above, hold, and then continue to the upside. That is what should happen if this is a double bottom, but we will have to wait and see. Technically, could be doing a WM pattern, in which case I would look for maybe a bounce off of 38 if it does pull back. I think people would freak out if that happened, because I'm assuming that would happen on every single alt chart right now, but it looks very possible looking at it zoomed out like that. RSI is trying to cross bullish over the moving average, and your momentum wave is sitting kind of in between mellowed out and overbought. Silver's still looking beautiful, 38.38. MicroStrategy also still looking beautiful, 433. Target 500 for me. DXY still doing its thing. NASDAQ still doing its thing, and S&P still doing its thing. Tomorrow should be bullish. Not financial advice, this is strictly based on the fractal. Bitcoin dominance trying to turn green right here, 64.51. Bitcoin itself up 1.28% on the day. 118,921 and 92 cents. Jim said, Mr. Roberts, smart plays. Wish I bought more Ethereum in April, honestly. I had this whole hydrogen like energy sector portfolio built in Robinhood. And I got a little impatient and I sold everything. Much like I did with my Reddit and my Roblox, which are now up like 300%, which is freaking devastating. But I no joke, I opened up my Robinhood the other day, and that entire energy sector portfolio would be up like 600% right now if I had just kept it. And I'm so freaking pissed. So, lesson to be learned here: stop fumbling your stocks. I'm really good at picking them. I'm really bad at holding them. I'm so bad at holding them. It's ridiculous. So, I've gone out of my way to not touch my crypto, to only add to it. I don't know if I start building a stock portfolio right now, or is this the top and I'm going to be buying the top like an idiot? I don't know what to do. Mr. Roberts said, yeah, ETH has been tricky. I don't have much at all anymore, but I did nibble hard on the regular market for May. Cheers, guys. It is 5:20 p.m. on a Sunday. Bitcoin chilling. What do we do? Do we do our news right now, or do we come back later for the daily close contest? What are we thinking? 5:21. The question is the market going to continue to the upside right now? 1 hour's quiet. We don't have any confirmed red dots or anything like that. We're sitting at right at 119, like on the dot. Trading view is still bullish. Yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna rip, man. Been wrong before, though. I feel like it'd be silly to get off right now. I want to know what happened with HBAR. What is the news that caused this thing to go up 20% today? Because that's a big number. And why is Bitcoin pumping like crazy too? Is this all in anticipation of Crypto Week? Because that's quite the catalyst if that's the case. People haven't cared about like bullish news in what seems like ages. Screw it. We're doing the news segment. We got Trump said he wants to get rid of property tax. Do you agree? This I actually do thoroughly agree with. I think property tax is the ultimate scam. Why do I have to subscribe to the country I was born in? If I purchase the land, that's it. You get the taxes that you get while I'm purchasing the home. When the home's paid off, you get nothing. Go away. Leave me alone. Please. I think it's messed up that they can just take your home or your property because you owe them like $600 or $1,000 or whatever, even just a couple grand, even like 10 grand, unless the value that you put on the property that you make me pay taxes on is my balance, go fuck yourself. Leave me alone. Like, you can collect the property after I die. Take it from my kids. You fucking psycho. All right. Temet said I'm back. What's going on, Temet? Jim said stocks are slow but very rewarding. Massive fair value gap on CME chart down to 114K. Okay. Mr. Roberts said I've never been out of the stock port fully. Plus, I understand it fairly well. Bought a bunch of mid caps. Interest rate cuts will help the smaller companies. Jim said this is the mid cap cycle. Mark my words. What is a mid cap for the stock market? Like, what is the window for a mid cap in the stock market? Because some of these companies I'm looking at and I'm like, whoa. And then I realize it's a completely different market from crypto. Mike Joey said, pull your socks up and scarf down a crispy Johnny. It ain't that hard, Brody. Excuse me. Just scarf down a Joni and revamp the obstacle course. There's a camel butter sandwiches and treasure treats on the other side. Mr. Roberts said, okay, JJ, I gotta go mow the lawn. I'll listen like a creep in the background. Appreciate it, Mr. Roberts. Enjoy mowing. Do you have a zero turn or just a regular riding mower? You know, they make zero turns with steering wheels, which cracks me up. I've never seen a more redundant, like, waste of technology than a zero turn with a steering wheel. I'm like, what do you do with that? Is it like super sensitive? Are you like whipping around? I also don't really like the handlebars on the zero turn anyways. I think those are stupid. You have to be the Hulk to fucking hold them in place too. Jim said mid cap usually 1 billion to around 8 to 9 billion. Okay, some people consider mid cap all the way up to 500 billion or 50 billion. I can't read. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I fumbled my stock bag so hard, dude. I've built some lists that I'm going to start dollar cost averaging into very soon here. Scarf down some Beetlejuice. All right, bar chart posted auto loan delinquency rate is at its highest level since 2011. Car prices are about to plummet. I'm very excited. Bitcoin just did something it couldn't in 2017, 2021, or even earlier this year. It broke an 8-year resistance line. This isn't just another breakout. This is the kind that starts parabolas. Price discovery is in full effect now, and when it happens, alts go wild. Your bags are headed way higher than you think. Do you understand? I am excited. I'm excited. I hope all these uber bullish gurus are correct. I am so ready. Global Markets Investor posted U.S. corporate bankruptcy are at recession levels. U.S. large bankruptcies hit 371 year to date, the most since 2010, a year after the financial crisis. In April, May, and June, 59, 63, and 64 filings were recorded. Bankruptcies are at crisis levels. Let's see. Elon Musk tells President Trump to release the files as promised. We got Representative Maxine Waters launches Anti-Crypto Corruption Week, targeting Trump-backed crypto bills like the Genius Act and Clarity Act, calling them deceptive and dangerous. She says they're crafted to benefit Trump's inner circle, already tied to $1.2 billion plus in crypto ventures. The political crypto clash is heating up. They're not going to do shit. You know what bugs me? These people do that with the stock market. And then somebody finds another way to, like, take advantage and benefit their family, whatever the fuck, because everybody's going to do it. But crypto is a little more transparent. But they're pissed. They're so pissed. So they're like, Trump's crooked and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It bugs the shit out of me, dude. Shut your fucking mouth and go do your job. It bugs me, dude. These people are incompetent wastes of fucking tax dollars. Cryptos are as tax-free. These countries offer 0% crypto tax in 2025, covering income, capital gains, or both. Cayman Islands, UAE, El Salvador, Germany, Singapore, Malaysia, Bermuda, Belarus, and Malta. For long-term holders to active traders, those crypto havens are leading the way, according to Coinpedia. So we will see if the United States follows suit and decides to add themselves to that list. That would be pretty sick. Breaking. U.S. House confirms Bitcoin and crypto market structure bill will be on the floor this coming week. Here we go. this was fun. Everyone was posting this, so I decided to post it myself. New tariffs just dropped. European Union 30%, South Africa 30%, Bangladesh 35%, Kazakhstan 25%, Cambodia 36%, Indonesia 32%, Sri Lanka 30%, your mom 69%. Malaysia 25%, Moldova 25%, Canada 35%, Bosnia 30%, Algeria 30%, Brunei 25%, Serbia 35%, Brazil 50%, Libya 30%, and Iraq 30%. I had to sneak the your mom in there. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't not put your mom in there. This one was great. Do you have any more predictions, Peter? Keep dreaming Bitcoin is never going to hit 100,000. The dude was wrong, and it's pretty funny because he's embarrassed now and he's scrambling. Key crypto advisors to the Trump administration, according to the New York Times, we got David Bailey, David Sachs, Brad Garlinghouse, Stuart Alderodi, Charles Hoskinson's, Paul Manafort, and Bill Zanker. Interesting stuff. Charles, the big one on there. Obviously, you guys know I'm a Cardano maxi. So, Justin, Michael Saylor hints at buying more Bitcoin. Some weeks you don't just hold. I like it. What a freaking legend. Justin, White House economic advisor Hassett says President Trump has the power to fire Fed Chair Powell if there is a reason. I think we knew that already, but sure. Keep repeating yourself. Bitcoin surpasses $2.36 trillion market cap. Very nice. Bitcoin reaches new all-time high of $119,000. Currently sitting at $118,929.33. Let's see. Jim Derringer said there is some weird crisis or panic coming. Overnight, lending spike caused the Federal Reserve to print $11 billion emergency funds June 30th. That was like 14 days ago. Last time it did that, we got COVID immediately after. The overnight lending market is usually bank to bank when the rate spikes. It means that a bank had to beg the Fed for liquid cash. Mike Joey said he got the frozen bread posters, he got the stock market and the Dickel Dock market. He got the cornbread, he got the sheep cheese, he got the Dickel Docket pocket. Give a dog a bone, bread, chooch. He got that brickle-brack, chack stack on the Mountain Dew tap trap. Okay. Hell yeah. Mr. Roberts said, I think the repo rate injection was Bissent. Oh, Bessett's fuck you to Jerome Powell for not lowering rates. He can create quantitative easing too. Ooh, that's freaking awesome. I love it. Okay. Yeah, Bitcoin chilling 118,935.27. Let's see if we get a rocket ship to the upside. New all-time high, 119K. Another 22 million worth of Bitcoin shorts liquidated in the past 60 minutes. Let's freaking go. Vice President J.D. Vance slams the Federal Reserve. Fed has been totally asleep at the wheel. As President Trump says, they're too late, both in fighting inflation during Biden and in lowering rates now. They are completely useless and a waste of taxpayer money. Just get rid of them entirely. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm a sociopath and I'm just completely uneducated on the Federal Reserve. But it sounds like they're wasting our money. They're just every day they're like, oh, we're gonna wait. We're gonna do nothing. We're gonna do nothing. We are doing nothing. Do they get paid when they do nothing? Because I don't want to pay you for no fucking performance. Why are these people paid salary? Can we pay them commission? You don't get paid unless you improve something. And that can't be subjective. We should vote every freaking, every quarter how much somebody gets paid based on their last quarter's performance. And if we vote and it says so, that we don't want this person in place anymore, bye. We need to streamline all of that so that way people work for their money. I don't like the government. Update. ProShares XRP Futures ETF slated to go live July 18th, 2025, according to registration statement. We will see. We will see. That's all I'm going to say. Davis Commodities is eyeing 5 to 10% treasury allocation to Solana. This one's huge. Very exciting stuff for Solana. This one. Now, I've pointed out before, Donald Trump has all the money in the world. He's got all the fame in the world. People love him. People hate him. What more do you want? As somebody with an ego like Donald Trump, what more do you want? And I said, at the beginning of this year, he wants a legacy. He wants a lasting legacy. And he's quoted in this interview saying, I really would like to be known as the man that saved our country. And I believe that. And the people that hate him blindly are going to be like, he's so full of shit. He's just doing this for the money. And those people are so blinded by hate that they think about him all the time. Probably writing in their diary how much they hate him so much. And it's creepy and weird. It would be creepy and weird for anyone to do that about anybody else. Trump does that about some people. It's creepy and weird. But stop it. Everybody needs to breathe. Nobody fucking cares what your opinion is about this person. He wants to build a legacy. And in order to do that, he's got to pump our bags. I'm just saying, our country won't be great if we're all poor. So if he makes everyone filthy rich and we're all spending our money all the freaking time, that's a booming economy. That is a saved country, in my opinion. We got Marty Party posting accumulation phase E, July 13th, Bitcoin Wyckoff. Very exciting stuff. We are blasting to the upside. Honestly, with this little decoupling here, we might stay this far down from it. So this might be, well, no, because we got a spike right here too. I don't know. It seems like we're just going to keep blasting. Kind of excited. We'll see what happens. What if I said JJ for Prez? I will roll over in my grave. Dude, I would love to be president one day. I think that'd be sick. I don't think my fiance would let me, though. But maybe like a senator or some junk. Who knows? I do want to get into local politics. I'm sticking with that. Whale Fund posted, hold on to your blue chip crypto. They're all about to send. We're talking Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, BNB, XRP, Solana, and all the big ones. Exciting stuff. I'm excited. Bitcoin 118,772.34. Looks like we're getting a little downturn here. Not a big deal. Portfolio update. Probably talk about this later. I think I'm going to call it. Because Bitcoin's looking a little doo-doo. I don't want to be doing a doo-doo stream. Mr. Robert said, I don't hate on Powell for sure. That feller just might deliver a soft landing still. Interest rates this long might have been right. I don't know. I feel like the time for the soft landing has passed. The housing market's completely gone in Florida. They have zero. Like, there's so many houses for sale right now, and the prices are just dropped. Like, the housing market's crashing. It's happening right now. And nobody's paying attention because the Fed is indeed asleep at the wheel. That's just my opinion, though. Maybe I'm just listening to all the biased things that, support my my point of view. That's entirely possible. I'm fully self-aware. Because why would you listen to something that you don't want to listen to? You know what I mean? If somebody, like, would you ever listen to something where somebody's like, you're never going to be successful, you're never going to make money, you're never going to do anything good in your life, you're a piece of crap? Or would you want to listen to the guy that's preaching like you're going to be incredibly successful, you're going to make a ton of money, you're going to make all the right decisions, everything in your life is going to be amazing? Which one's more inspirational for the longer term? You can't listen to the shitty guy all the time. You might be able to listen to it once in a blue moon, and maybe it'll motivate you to be like, no, I'm better than this, screw this guy. But the more positive reinforcement is going to be better. So I'm going to listen to the stupid biased things that I'm going to hear. Jim said rate cutting cycles usually signal a dump in the market, indicates something broke. The market is the most bullish when rates move sideways. All right, boys. And any possible girls. What if I said which one real? Yeah. I thought we were going to have a really exciting pumpy stream, but I guess me getting on has decided to dump the market, so hopefully we get a return to the pumpy side before I get back on later, but for now, I'm going to call it, go and get some food in my body. Appreciate you guys for joining me on this potential emergency live stream. Happy Sunday, and as always, Bitcoin says do anything crazy. I will see you all later. Otherwise, I will see you tonight for our regularly scheduled programming for the daily close contest. Appreciate you guys. Happy Sunday and good evening.